Welcome back to Indiana Newsdesk. Well, it's been almost 2 months since the governor shut down schools to help slow the spread of the coronavirus. Originally, it was through May 1st, but later the governor extended it through the end of the year.
Let's face it, some of our classrooms can be like petri dishes. That's always just been a fact. We can't deny the facts of the world we live in today, right now. And so the last thing that we want to do is kid ourselves about our kids' health and safety.
The burden fell on teachers and parents to figure out how to continue educating students, and they had to figure it out quickly. The school year is wrapping up now, and as Mitch Legan reports, districts are shifting their focus to the fall and trying to come up with a plan for what it might look like.
Prior to March, only a quarter of Indiana's 291 school districts had used any form of e-learning. It's been an adjustment for Monroe County School Corporation teacher Jenny Noble-Kuchera.
Are you tired of e-learning?
You know, there are silver linings. I will look forward to seeing kids again.
For the last 2 months, one of Noble-Kuchera's bookcases acted as a desk, while a corner of her attic became a classroom for students for whom English is a new language.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Aiken.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Now, many students are finishing up their first taste of e-learning. That is, the ones who participated.
The first week out, participation was really high. Kids were interested. It was quirky, it was different, it was new. And the second week of e-learning, we all saw a kind of a drop, a kind of a dip. I think they just felt tired of doing it the new way.
The district went with an electronic contingency learning plan, and it's gotten them through the end of the school year. The governor shaved 20 days off the school year, so MCCSC's last day was yesterday. Looking ahead to the fall, parents, teachers, and students alike will tell you the district's e-learning plan needs some work.
Probably we had approximately 9-10 days to pull everything together. I would say under those circumstances, we've done remarkably well. Our teachers have gone above and beyond. They've stepped up. They've tried to find creative, flexible, innovative ways to engage our students.
For this semester, MCCSC's grades were based on work finished before spring break and couldn't drop below that level. So if students were already doing well, they didn't have a ton of incentive to participate. Winston says she doesn't have numbers on participation rates for the school district yet. They'll be available after administrators, teachers, and families spend the next couple weeks debriefing over what worked and what didn't, and what needs to change if schools aren't open in the fall.
And ultimately, the direction that we will take will be from the governor, from the state superintendent of public education here in Indiana, and then of course from our health department. I mean, all of that information will be taken into consideration.
During a virtual webinar with school leaders, State Superintendent Jennifer McCormick said guidance the department is working on will include tight health restrictions whenever schools do reopen to students and staff. But for the most part, school districts will be responsible for their own learning plans.
We know for some of the health issues, you need really tight guidance because you are not health experts. But for the curriculum and instruction, it is so localized that you needed some flexibility there.
Winston says the academic plan for next year will also be a product of the next couple weeks. And one of the biggest questions is what to do with a group of students who've essentially missed a quarter of school.
Most of them will be ready, and the ones that aren't, we've done a little bit of detective work to figure out what specific areas they're going to need a little extra skill support in. Out of 11 first graders, 10 are doing great. So my other little guy is just kind of on the struggle bus.
Noble-Kuchera says teachers will discuss vertically aligning their classes, where fourth grade teachers would meet with fifth grade teachers and discuss what they covered well and what might need some work.
There might be some gaps, and you guys are going to have to pick that up a little bit at the start of next year. For some kids who got this skill while learning online, great. It's a little bit of review for them, and they can do a sort of accelerated version. For kids who didn't pick up this skill yet, even though it was a fourth grade, we call it essential learning, fifth grade teachers are just going to have to pick that up.
While state leaders discuss how to best reopen schools, local districts will determine the best ways to improve in-class and e-learning. There are still questions about access, though. Not every student can get online easily, and many of the online resources teachers were using were made free because of the pandemic, and they won't be free forever.
What schooling is going to look like in the fall. As of this moment in time, we don't yet know, but we are actively engaged in conversations to begin that planning process.
The governor says the state will decide in July how and when to bring kids back to school. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Mitch Legan.